In this video, I will cover the histology of the lungs, and here we have a close-up image of alveolar sac. So here we have one alveolar sac, and then here we have another alveolar sac. And then in between we have the capillary, which is involved in gas exchange. So the first type of cells is type 1 pneumocytes, which are squamous cells that cover about 97% of the alveolar sacs and are involved in gas exchange. The next cells are type 2 pneumocytes, which we will have right here, and these are cuboidal cells that serve for two purposes. One, they will produce surfactant, and two, they act like stem cells of the lung. So if there is an injury to the lungs and then there will be need for proliferation, then type 2 pneumocytes will produce more type 1 and type 2 pneumocytes. The next type of cells are Clara cells, which are columnar cells that will detoxify toxins and also produce some of the components of the surfactant. And then finally we have macrophages, which are involved in the removal of the particles. Now I would like to go over the purpose of the production of surfactant. So surfactant is mainly composed of lecithin, which is a fatty substance that will decrease surface tension in the alveolar sac. So here if you have an alveoli and then we have the surfactant right here, by decreasing the surface tension, it prevents the collapse of the alveolar sacs. And I would also like you to know that the most important component of the lecithin is dipalmitoylphosphatidylcholine. And it's at about 35 weeks of gestation that the fetal lung will be mature. So the way that you can check for the maturity of the fetal lung is, one, to check for the presence of dipalmitoylphosphatidylcholine, so dipalmitoylphosphatidylcholine, and two, by checking the ratio of the lecithin to sphingomyelin in the amniotic fluid. And if the ratio is more than 2, then it means that the fetal lung is mature. Now, if for any reason you will have to induce delivery of a child before 35 weeks of gestation, there is a chance that the fetal lung is not mature. For instance, let's say that the mother has preeclampsia and there is danger for the mother if she continues the pregnancy. So you will have to induce the delivery of the child. And what you can do to enhance the maturity of the lung and the production of the surfactant is to inject the mother with glucocorticoids such as betamethasone or dexamethasone, and it will enhance the production of the surfactant, and thus fetal lung maturity would be enhanced. But if the fetus is older than 35 weeks, then there is no purpose of injecting the mother with glucocorticoids because the lung is already mature. And that concludes our discussion.